So I literally turned down the show at the arena in Atlanta to be here for this for Think Ball. So this is a big deal.
It's vinyl still?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I still, but it's Serato now. It's DJ vinyl that we put down, and you're still able to manipulate the music through the vinyl. But
Whack.
not exactly that sound. But I pick up what you put down.
You've worked alongside a lot of artists. Who's the most underrated or underappreciated?
Wow.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Pioneers and Builders in Jacksonville, or PB and Jax for short. We are live at the Think Bold conference in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm your host, Randall Thomas, but I'm not the famous one here.
Nah.
I got Q45 with me.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing?
How are we doing, man?
I'm blessed, brother. This is our first time actually sitting down.
Yes,
so I'm excited for this.
I'm excited too, man.
Yeah.
Well, welcome home.
Yeah, first and foremost, by way of St. Augustine, I got to make sure I give St. Augustine some love because people get upset when I don't do that. So I make sure I give them some.
Well, welcome home, man. We're here at the Think Bold conference. It's a conference where, before we would turn the cameras on, we were talking about there's a lot of energy and a lot of buzz here.
Yeah.
And you were talking about it being forward progress.
Absolutely.
What was it about Think Bold that you said, man, I got to be a part of this year?
Now, let me make sure I put this out there. I'm on tour right now with Flow Rider. And when they hit me about coming to the event, we had a show. Well, when you guys see this, it's yesterday, but we had a show in Atlanta. And I was like, hey, Flo, I have to be here for this. This doesn't happen at all in Duval. This is my first year, everyone. So when I heard about it, I said, I have to be here for this.
Yeah.
So I literally turned down the show at the arena in Atlanta to be here for this for Think Ball. So this is a big deal. Big deal.
Well, let me ask, why is Jacksonville so important to you? Why did you feel the need to cancel the event to be here?
Untapped potential here.
Okay.
When it comes down to real estate, when it comes down to just entertainment, there's so many avenues that we don't get to explore in Jacksonville. Whenever I have these different podcasts and I sit down, I tell a lot of the younger DJs, people don't think Jacksonville when they think about entertainment, when they think about music, movies, anything of the sort. So what this does is it gives us a chance to have other different entrepreneurs that are in these spaces to be able to show we have some talent here. Come here, spend some money with us, employ us to do exactly what you're seeing right now. Film, videography, anything to the sort, marketing. People now can see that, hey, we have an infrastructure where we can support any kind of events you're trying to do, and we can take care of and fully facilitate whatever you need.
Yeah.
That's what this does.
When was the last time you were home?
Well, I mean, it's off and on. I actually own a lot of real estate down in St. Augustine, so I have long-term rentals.
Yep.
So I'm back and forth. I have some managers that manage some of my properties, but I'm back and forth, man. It just depends on what day it is.
Yeah.
And I own a lot of sneakers, so I have to come back to make sure my sneakers are right.
Yeah.
I love sneakers.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Every time you come back, man, at least in the past couple of years, it's very clear that Jacksonville's rapidly changing, right?
Yes.
Planes are in the air.
Yeah.
Buildings are being built.
For sure.
There's a lot of buzz. There's a little more traffic than what we're accustomed to.
No, a ton more traffic.
Yeah. I was trying to be nice.
You're being nice.
I was trying to be nice.
And don't get it twisted. They're working on this. This is not like a situation where it's just gridlock, like on like LA, where it's a parking lot. But that means growth is happening. That means that people are actually moving around. People aren't staying in their homes.
Yeah.
They're exploring the city more now. Like you were just saying, look at downtown. Look where we are right now. There's buildings, there's businesses. Like, when did this even pop?
That's what I'm saying.
Legit.
So I had Councilman Rockman Johnson on a little bit ago.
Wonderful guy. Shout to him.
Yeah.
We work out together from time to time.
He's great, man. And so what him and I were talking about is I shared with him, I've been here for 18 years. So I said, hey, for the longest time, innovation was stifled with resistance in this town, right? And we were always a city of potential.
Yeah.
And now what I have reverted to calling it is we're now a city of opportunity.
Yeah.
What do you see in the future of this town, man? What do you think we can be?
Well, with what's happening with the Jaguars and with that stadium, I think what it's going to do for the city is it's going to teach people that you can actually live where you play. Like in New York and in these other major cities, people like literally live on top of the H&M building.
Yeah.
Where then you can literally go downstairs, get your clothes, or you can go to whatever shops and boutiques you want, and you get to stay in the ecosystem. Jacksonville has been so spread out to where you're literally going to the town center to shop, then you got to go to Walmart to get this, then you got to go over here to get that. now what's happening is that they're starting to put all of these things together where it's turning into, like I said, a nice ecosystem where you can shop, you can go to the game, you can hang out, you can have a drink or two, have a nice dinner, and then you take your butt back home and don't get in no trouble at the end of the night. Yeah.
I love it. For people who are maybe not familiar with particular genres of music or particular careers in the music industry, right? I think one thing that cities yearn for is the fact that they have people who are out doing amazing things in the world that are from their hometown. There's a level of representation that comes with that.
Absolutely.
Can you explain a little bit of your career and, you know, how you were able to, you know, build your career here in Florida, and then now you've turned this into a national and global type of situation?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was on TV on BET for about 5 years. Actually, I worked for BET for 10 years. I hosted Rap City for 5, 106 and Park for 3. Then I moved over to the WB network. Then after that, of course, touring around, moving through different countries. Of course, I'm out in France a lot. I lived out in Nantes, as I told you earlier, off camera. Moving through Dubai, Spain, everywhere. So for me, on my side, I'm more of like the celebrity DJ.
Yeah.
So when they have like the Maximum parties or the Grammy parties, they're calling me to do the after parties. So
they call Q.
Yeah, they call the king. They come in and do what he does.
Q. Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm happy that I'm able to now come back to Jacksonville, put together different events. Of course, they got Funk Fest going on, jazz. Well, the Jazz Festival, Jazz in the Gardens is where it all originated from. So, I mean, the city is definitely growing to allow these different DJs, entertainers to be able to display their talents, and people are going, yeah, let's go sit down, let's go check that out, versus that more, I don't really want to do it because I don't know what it's going to be like. We're seeing the growth, and the growth is happening to where people are wanting to actually be out and experience new cultures and new things.
Yeah.
So this is great, man. I can't believe you even got me here. This is awesome, man. I've been waiting for this my whole year. This is great.
I can't begin to tell you how happy we are that you're here and that you got to, you know, be a part of the music section of the Think Bold conference.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, because I'm sure people love to, you know, hear the answers to questions like this. You've worked alongside a lot of artists, a lot of very popular, very famous artists. Who's the most underrated or underappreciated?
Wow. Okay.
And you can give me a couple names.
I would say, wow. That's a good question.
I'm sorry.
No. It's a good one.
That's the heavy hitter.
No. But that's what you're supposed to. That's what you're the host. That's what you do. So, when it comes to just on the urban side, I say David Banner. He is a wonderful human being.
Yeah. Just
when it comes to just his mind and how strategic he is with business, David Banner is just a wonderful human being. You know, moving it forward, you know, dealing with Flo Rida, another just a great guy. People don't understand how much he gives.
Yeah.
And he just helps everyone. I've never met a guy that's like, hey, how can I help you? What can I do for you? What can I do to support you? This is a guy who literally is a global superstar.
Yeah.
And people really don't understand how big he is. 2 billion streams, over 75 million records. This guy travels on private jets, and he keeps his team fed. Everybody eats with him. Of course, you know, I've worked with Lil Wayne, I've worked with Birdman. That's Cash Money Records.
Anybody from Houston?
Houston. Let me see. I have a great Jay Prince story, but we gotta tell that off camera.
Okay.
Because it's crazy. The story's crazy.
Deal.
If you know anything about Texas, me and Bun B are sneaker brothers. He's big into the sneaker game. I told you about that, but I've done interviews with Pimp C, with the whole UGK fam. Slim Thug, he's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
Hung out with Slim Thug.
Yeah.
Who else? If I'm forgetting anybody, I don't think they'll get upset with me, man. You just put me on the spot, they will get upset with me. But yeah, Texas is cool. I like it. Let me see. What is Texas, right?
That's right.
Texas. Yeah.
That's my home state.
Yeah, in fact, I know.
All right. So I'm going to give us an opportunity to give somebody flowers.
Okay.
What's, you know, and this week probably might have to go back 30, 40 years, but who's the one artist that came from the state of Florida that's responsible for Florida having a music?
You say from Florida or from Duval?
We're going to call Florida. Yes. You know.
Say Luther Campbell. Say Luther.
Okay.
I mean, he's the reason why we have the parental advisory sticker that has to go on do they even make physical CDs anymore?
I don't. You're the one that should know,
They
not
don't
me.
even make that stuff anymore, right?
Do you use vinyl still?
Yeah, absolutely. I still, but it's Serato now. It's DJ vinyl that we put down, and you're still able to manipulate the music through the vinyl. But
Wacka 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 wacka.
not exactly that sound. But I pick up what you're putting down. Not exactly that sound. That's gonna go viral. That's not exactly the sound. But you turning bright red right now. You okay?
No,
You're not having a stroke.
I'm good. Dude.
These are paramedics. Ooh. Oh man,
man.
You're a whole different color now.
Dude, you knocked me out.
It's all right.
We're gonna edit that. No, we're not. We're gonna keep.
No, but I would say, like I say, Luke. I don't think Luke gets his flowers for what he does. But yeah, I mean, I say Luke. I mean,
Okay.
he's the reason for why people can curse on records like this.
Yeah. No, that's fair, man. I guess last question, because I want to tie this all back to Jacksonville, Florida. Okay. What should people be excited about when they live here? What should they look forward to the most whenever they come to Jacksonville? Is it the energy that's taking place right now, or is there something specific? Maybe the stadium build.
Yeah,
maybe
definitely
there's something else that's coming that people should really keep their eyes on this town.
Oh, that's a good one. I would say land. You're able to get a house, especially out by our airport, where you can have a huge, almost 3-story home and get all this land and this property and have some ownership moving forward for generational wealth. I would say that's the one thing I'm excited about Jacksonville. You can still buy land, you can still buy nice homes in good areas now. Everything is developing. There's no area like it used to be in Jacksonville where you live somewhere and there's not much going on.
Yeah.
It's like you're living way in the boonies. They're turning each space now in Jacksonville into its own ecosystem. It's like you have a town center there, you have all the top shopping, all the top restaurants, and you live way over here. But you have all the amenities, everything you want that you would have over in downtown or towards the town center area. So
yeah,
that's what I would say when it comes to Jacksonville. You can come out here and get some land. Get you some land.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, yeah.
Q, thank you so much, man.
No, brother, this was amazing. This was awesome, brother. We got to do this again, man, and again and again. And next thing you know, we got us a peanut butter and jelly show, and we out here getting it right.
I'd love to do it, man.
Yeah.
Tell Florida we said thank you for excusing you to come down here for a day. We really enjoyed your presence.
Yeah, shotgun. Yeah, Zach, they're going to see it. They're going to see this, so yeah.
We'll appreciate your time, man. Thanks so much again.